Well, in the last video, I talked about this radio, the Eton Elite Executive, and how I was having a little issue with it, with the antenna coming loose. And I said at the time, I'll probably just live with it, it's okay. But it became worse, so I'll tell you now how I resolved the issue. So just how much of a problem did this become? Well, as you will see by this video, the antenna became so loose that it wouldn't stand up by itself. So at that point, I got hold of Eton customer support, and they said, well, we'll send you an RA number, a return authorization number, but you're going to have to send it to Palo Alto, California, and wait probably a few months because of the COVID situation. So I said, that's absolutely not on, particularly since I'm in Canada, and having border issues is not something I wanted to face either. So what I did was I decided to actually take this apart myself. And here's a little video that shows you what I did. So to get at this antenna base, there's two steps you have to take. One is undo the 4 screws and lift the antenna. You'll see 2 more up here, one here, and then the last one down here. And then what you have to do is gently pry this apart. Now don't use a screwdriver or anything like that because you'll damage it. You might start by, pulling underneath here or something like that. But eventually, and take your time on it, eventually the little snaps that hold the back to the main body will come apart. And I found just starting on one end helped with that effort. So then once you get the back cover off, you just slide it up over the antenna, and then you still won't be able to get at the screw that's holding this antenna base in place. So then there's 2 screws. Once you've got the back cover off, there's a screw around here and a screw around here somewhere. And then you've also got to take this screw, which is in the battery compartment, out. And then underneath here is another screw that's recessed. And these are all very small Phillips type screwdrivers, or screw heads, I should say. So once you get those 4 screws inside, don't take the circuit board out. Don't undo the screws around the circuit board. That's totally unnecessary. Then you just start doing the same kind of thing, just gently prying this open, and there are some snaps that you kind of have to pop apart around here, and eventually it will come out once those 4 screws are out. And then once that happens, on the back, on this side, the screw that holds the antenna in place goes through here. So what I would recommend is, and what I did, was use a bit of Loctite on the screw and really tighten it down once it was in place, just to make sure it wasn't going to move again. So that was a quick fix. Didn't take very long. Hope you have some luck with that. Now in hindsight, I wish I had taken some video like I just showed you while this thing was still open, but it didn't occur to me at the time. It's a little bit daunting because there's always a fear that you're going to crack something. And again, don't be in a hurry to get this thing apart. Just gently get those little clips or catches away from the main body, which is this part, just by using your fingers. Don't use any tools. It'll eventually come apart if you have a bit of patience. Should you decide to undertake this, just realize that there's a kind of a raised rectangular area on the bottom of the antenna. And I've got another example here, and we'll show it to you in close-up. It's not very clear, but this one doesn't exactly have that rectangular area, but it's got, in this brassy area, it's got a flat, which would presumably go inside a part on the frame of the radio to lock it and prevent it from swiveling. And it's the same thing with this radio. This one has that sort of keyway, if you like, in the plastic housing And into that, you just make sure that you've got the antenna seated in there properly before you do the screw up. Now, I used a bit of Loctite, as I said earlier, to ensure that that screw doesn't come out again. So make sure you do something like that. I contacted, when I contacted customer support at Eton, I told them that there was apparently no Loctite or anything like that used to hold the screw in. So they promised that they would talk to their product development team and perhaps fix that, but it seems to be a problem at the factory. Now, maybe I'm the only one who's run across this issue. I don't know. But should you ever run across it or find that the antenna is starting to come loose, that's a kind of a warning sign. You might want to get in there, put some Loctite on the screw and tighten it down. So this is probably one of the shortest videos I've ever done, but I hope it's helpful for you. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to put them down below, and subscribe if you're so inclined. Thanks a lot for watching.